Hi, everyone. My name is Nyla Smith, and I am the student marketing assistant for DASA. I'm one of two. The next student marketing assistant is actually starting in January, so we're very excited about that. A little bit about me. I'm a freshman. This is my second semester here. The summer semester of fall 2024 was actually my first. I have been in this position since the first day of school for the fall 2024 semester. Essentially, I just applied on FIU Careers. I submitted my resume as well as a cover letter, and then Sabrina, who was the previous student marketing assistant, reached out to me, and fortunately, I went through 2 rounds of interviews that went very well, and it landed me this position. So yeah, I've been here ever since. Today, I just wanted to talk to you guys about some of my daily tasks and duties, as well as some recent projects that we've completed. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and start. So the first project that I want to talk about is the most recent, and that is the editorial calendar for 2025. So this tool is not only something that will help us for the upcoming spring semester, but also something that will help us for all of 2025. I think I'm sharing my screen. Yes. So this is what it looks like. It's not completely done yet. We're done with the formatting, but as far as entering events and workshops and things of that nature, we only have a few approved dates right now. So it doesn't look a lot. But yes, on the first page here, we have the color key right here. And essentially, that just helps us identify what type of category each event or each entry belongs to. So if we look here for Wednesday, January 1st, that's a national holiday. So I highlighted that gray. And then if we look over here, um, January 14th, that is a day that we want to post on the DASA IG Instagram account. And a very helpful thing about using Excel is that we can just use the formulas as well, and we can trace things back to the next page, which I'll show you now. So if we go here, which this is the next sheet, excuse me, let's just take a look at January 6th. So January 6th, we have Spring A class to start, DASA IG post, and academic advising post. So over here, all of this information by using formulas can show up here. And that's very, very helpful because at first glance, the first page is all you need. But if you want more details, you can always go into the second sheet and see, okay, let's say that we want to post on the DASA Instagram account. We have the Canva link where the design is located. We also have the platform that we want to post it on. Sometimes we can skip campaign because it's just a typical post, and then we have the comments and notes. So we want this to be a welcome back post since this is the first day of class for the spring semester. So that way we put it here. And yeah, so as we continue to add more events and things, we will continue to put it here, and they'll also show up on the first sheet. So that's for January. The design is pretty consistent all throughout the rest of the year for every month. I'm definitely a color person, so I like to color code and organize through color. So each month has its own color. And yeah, that's a little bit about the editorial calendar. And it goes all the way through, let's see. Yes, it goes all the way through December. This is also going to be very helpful in upcoming years because when January 26th, I mean, not January, I'm sorry, when 2026 comes, we can always just copy this Excel file and adjust it in any little way that we need, and make the adjustments for 2026 and just utilize that. So this is something that we spent time on, and it was definitely an investment, but it will definitely pay off as far as organization and proper planning. So moving on to the graphic design aspect of this position, graphic design, I don't know about everybody else, but graphic design is definitely one of my favorite things about marketing in general. And I do graphic design, if not weekly, then I'd say daily in this position. It's definitely a rewarding thing for me. Sometimes when I'm walking down GC or when I'm with my boyfriend at the gym, I'll see a TV display that I've created, and I'm like, hey, I created that, and it's pretty cool to see your ideas come to life, especially as a student and especially as someone who lives on campus. So yeah, I would just want to walk through a little bit of my graphic design process and the process of how it gets approved and promoted. So this is Canva. Excuse me. Actually, all of the designs and assets that we've created have been through Canva so far. As far as I've been here, which has only been 3 to 4 months, but yeah, through the 3 to 4 months, I've made everything on Canva, and it's definitely such a useful tool. So essentially, how we start the design or how we start the process of graphic design is I will meet with Sonia, or we will communicate via email, just talking about the requirements, some of the things that we want on the specific pieces of collateral, and then I will go in and I will make a flyer. So this is just an example. This is the spring 2025 career fair flyer. And here it has, the dates, the location, how students can RSVP, the QR code, everything like that. And from there, I will send Sonia an email just asking for approval, her suggestions, any ideas that she may have. And once it gets approved, then I will go ahead and I will put it into a marketing campaign. And marketing campaigns are very helpful because you have all of the information about the event, workshop, whatever it may be, and the promotional pieces that go along with it. So here, as you can see for the Spring 2025 Career Fair campaign, we have the dates, the locations, the times, along with the CTD web pages. So these are just websites that, or web pages that mention or have information about the career fair and how students may be able to prepare or sign up, or maybe information about past career fairs. We also have the handshake registration link here. And we also have the career fair asset link. I forgot to mention, but everything that we do as far as promotion and graphic design, we also make sure to put it into a Teams file where everybody who has access can go in and search for the things that they need, search for whatever they're looking for. That way we can also keep track of everything that we've created and compare our work to last year's, and always get better. Um, so sorry. We also have the career fair QR code, which is here. And this is what the TV display has, the flyer has, anything that needs to be printed. That is the QR code that we need. And we also have the short link. So moving on, we have the assets. So this is the flyer. And we also have the asset sizes. So I don't know if I mentioned before, but after I create the flyer, then I put it into the campaign, and then I go in and I resize the flyer into other dimensions and make sure that it just flows seamlessly. So we have the IG story, we have the TV display, we have the postcard, and as you can see, these are all different sizes. So once I resize it in Canva, I just have to go in and make a few adjustments. We have the postcard, we have the Panther Connect, we have FIU calendar image, handshake banner, handshake logo, Facebook, LinkedIn, floor sticker, and the list just goes on. So that's a little bit about the campaign. And once the campaign is finished and completed, I will go ahead and I will send Sonia a second email just asking for approval, asking for her thoughts, if there's anything else that I should add or implement. And once I get approval for that, then we can just move on with the promotional process, whether that be the printing process or posting it on any of the socials or sharing it with other colleges, or sending it out to be posted through the TV displays. So yeah, that's a little bit about the graphic design process. So moving on to some of my other responsibilities, I'd like to talk about website editing. So in this position, we work with two websites. The first one being UConnect, which is what the Career and Talent Development Department uses, and then the other one being Cascade, which pretty much deals with everything else. So I am sharing my screen right now. So right now you are looking at the admin dashboard of UConnect, and I'm just going to go into one of the pages that I have created. just so that you can see my perspective and sort of like a start to finish of how I create a page, check for errors, and then continue with publishing it. So this is a page that I created for the National Career Development Month. And here I put the information. I also put all of the information about the different workshops and things that are posted on the flyer. Um, I also make sure to post any links and embed them into any specific words, like here for FIU Handshake. I can also make buttons and format it in any way that I'd like, but I formatted it this way just so that it's easier to read and navigate. So after I'm done inputting the information, I can just click this button and it will show me the student view of how a page would look like. So as you can see from this page, oops, everything is more spaced out. But as I go into this, oops, as I go into the preview page, everything um, is much closer together. So that's why it's a very important step to always check your work. Not only just for spelling errors and corrections and things of that sort, but also like formatting. Formatting is a huge formatting is a huge step in website editing. So that is the Uconnect page. I'm so sorry, I'm losing my voice. But this is the Cascade page. This is what the Cascade dashboard, admin dashboard looks like. And it's a little bit more complicated than Uconnect. Uconnect is a little bit more user-friendly, but once you get the hang of Cascade, it's very similar. So we go into, this is typically the first step. You just go into Sites, and then you go into DASA, and then from here you can click whatever page you need. So navigating Uconnect is a little bit more difficult, but something that's helped is that with every URL, it will always show you the steps that you need to take to get to a specific page. As you can see, the URL helps a little bit. So as I go into, let's see, all departments, council for undergraduate, this is KUA just spelled out. And then awards, I go into index, which is the page itself, and then I hit edit. And Cascade takes a little bit longer. But this is the editing perspective of Cascade. So you can add a banner, you can add descriptive paragraphs. Sometimes you can add, if you want something very specific and it's not available on this page, you can always use code. I personally don't know how to use code, but my boss, Sonia, is very experienced in that. So sometimes I'll just go to her and I'll say, hey, I can't figure this out right now. Can you just look into the code and help me with this? So this is, sorry, this is the awards page, and this is the banner that I picked. This is a little bit about the information, the accordion. So there's a lot of different things that you can do on Cascade as well. It's always a good thing before you publish here, it's always a good thing to check your work just like on Uconnect. Just to make sure that everything is spaced out correctly, everything is formatted correctly, all the information is there, nothing is missing. And yeah, so that's a little bit about website editing. In regards to how frequently I edit the website or edit pages and websites and things of that nature, some departments will ask for minor changes, and some departments, depending on if they have some events coming up or a complete just rebranding of their department, sometimes they'll ask for help, and I'll just go in and I'll make whatever adjustments they ask for, I'll send it back to them. Me and Sonia will send it back to them. And yeah, it's just like a back and forth, and it's pretty much a weekly thing, but it's something that I've definitely grown with as well. So not only with graphic design have I progressed in this, but also with website editing. I've gotten a lot more comfortable with using Uconnect as well as Cascade. Okay, moving on to the last task that I will talk about today, is the LinkedIn headshots. So about once a week for MMC and once a month for BBC, the CTD department will hold LinkedIn headshots for students, alumni, staff, and basically it's my job to assist Jay, our multimedia producer, in doing that. So I will go ahead and I will go to the Excel. So in preparation for the spring 2025 term, like semester, I created an Excel sheet where I just planned out the dates for the LinkedIn headshots. And here I just put my schedule, Jay's schedule, and a time that works in between for each date. And here I have February or January, February, March, April. And yeah, as time goes on, especially for summer semester and fall, it'll also be my responsibility to plan out those dates. It's also my responsibility during the LinkedIn headshots to greet the attendees, make sure that they sign in. I ask them questions about if they're student, staff, alumni, just because we organize the photo albums in different ways. Um, Also, once the photos are uploaded into Flickr, which is how we organize the photos, it's my job to send them out to the attendees and also register, also check them in on Handshake. So yeah, I also like to answer their questions and just be there if they have any questions, concerns, or thoughts about the process. I forgot to mention, but also in preparation for the spring 2025 LinkedIn headshot dates, this is an old flyer for fall 2024, but once the dates are approved for the spring 2025 semester, it's also my job to go in and update these dates and also make sure that I update the information on Handshake as well, because that is how students and alumni can register for the event. Well, I think that concludes everything that I wanted to touch base on today. Again, my name is Nyla Smith, and I'm a student marketing assistant for DASA. Even though I've only been here for 3 to 4 months, the experience that I've gained and the wisdom and the guidance that I've received have been invaluable to me. The connections that I've made through this journey so far have also been invaluable, and I've enjoyed every single step along the way. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to contact me via email or LinkedIn. Even though I've only been here for a couple months, as I said, I have grown so much not only as a marketer but also as a business person in this business world. And for that, I am so very thankful. Again, I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning into my part of the Panther Shadows, and I hope that you all have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day. Bye bye.